Hello, good evening folks. Welcome once again to the voice and visuals of Amber, and we are ready with the next lesson in grammar and grammar in action. Yes, it's a very cold, wintry evening, but then good wishes, requests from my viewers, from my friends, from my students, past and present, alright, just keep me going. Thank you, Suhana of class 8 from VPS Gangarampur. Thank you for requesting me to present a session on reported speech. Thank you, Shreya, for requesting me to teach you what is called the subject-verb agreement. And of course, you'll be very happy to know, Shreya, that the head of the department of Patna University in English is my friend, my classmate. He was my hostel mate, Dr. Shankar Ashish Dutt. He also just reminded me and insisted upon me to definitely take up subject-verb concord or agreement, all right, in detail. I shall be doing that. Thank you so much. And of course, Udayan Mukherjee, the principal of a school, CBSE school at Motihari, thank you so much for your very encouraging words when you said that up till that particular time, non-action verbs were not very clear to you, but then after you saw my video, after you saw this lesson on to-be verbs, verbs of possession, it became all crystal clear in very, very quick time. Thank you, Udayan. So here we go now. As I said, grammar has to be approached from two perspectives. Number one, which is what is the traditional perspective, what is. So what is a noun, what is a part of speech, what is an adjective, what is a pronoun, and the other perspective, which is a very, very important, and I feel a more important perspective or approach, it is the functional approach or perspective. So apart from what is a noun, what is going to matter more throughout your life will be what are the functions of a noun. And let me make it very clear to you that no matter how many nouns you may actually extract or take out from even a huge novel, okay, nouns, even if there are thousands and thousands of nouns that you have taken out, they'll all have not more than 4 functions to perform in a sentence. So we shall be taking up these 4 functions. But then, as I said, the most important part of speech is the verb. And that's why I took a lesson on the 2 fundamental kinds of verbs. And that is going to help me and actually help you to identify the function of a noun in a particular sentence. So here we are. Let's have the first sentence. And of course, thank you, Alka ma'am, Mrs. Al-Kasood of Kulu, for requesting me to use your names and the names of your family members also in the examples. You feel very happy about it. So that's the personal touch that I want to get from you for the voice and visuals of Amber, and that's the personal touch I would love to give all of you. Thanks a ton. So here we go. Number 1, Dia Sood. Obviously the name of a girl or a woman. Dia Sood studies in a school in Kullu. So first we identify the verb, because that's the takeoff point. Okay, so here the verb is studies, and since the noun is in the third person singular, therefore studies, which is actually he or she studies, which is the present tense or just a little variation of the base verb to study, and it's a one part action verb. So this is the action verb. So once you have identified the verb, before the verb you ask the question who or what. Who or what. So who studies in a school? Who if it's a person, what if it's a thing. So who studies in a school in Kulu? And the answer is Dia Sood. And Dia Sood is a proper noun. Okay, so Dia Sood is the noun and performing the function of the subject of a sentence. So in order to find out the subject, just identify the verb. Before the verb, ask the question who or what, and the answer that you get is the subject of the sentence, and you'll see the noun or the pronoun usually, mostly, generally would be the subject of a sentence. So the subject is Dia Sood. Who studies? Dia Sood. Alright, so this is the first function therefore of a noun, the subject of the sentence. The first function of a noun is to act as the subject of the sentence. Let's see the second function, which is a noun acts as the object of the action verb. Yes, all the sentences will not have objects. For example, if it's a to be verb, no action, it will not have an object, because the action will not be transferred from the subject to somebody else, since there is no action involved in that particular sentence containing to be verbs. So, object of the action verb. Now, how do you find the object? After the verb, you ask the question, what or whom? Now, let's take up this first sentence. So, you ask the question, what or whom? So, Dia studies what? And obviously, you can't ask whom over here, it will make no sense. You can't say, Dia studies whom. Whom does Dia study? What does Dia study? But that what is not mentioned in this sentence. Therefore, this particular action verb in this particular sentence does not have an object. Okay, so let's now look at the other sentence where there is an object of the action verb, and that is sentence number 4 and then sentence number 5. So let's see the sentence number 4. A pack of wolves has spread terror in the village. Okay, again, identify first the verb. Has spread. So has, you remember, had it been a to be verb or a verb of possession, non-action verb, it would have been alone. But now it is with a doing word, spread, which is the past participle, alright, a form of the base verb, spread. So a pack of wolves has spread. It's a two-part action verb where has is the helping verb and spread is the main action word. And together they form the two-part action verb has spread. So who has spread terror? Who? Or what? So who has spread? Okay, it's an animate living thing. A pack of wolves. So the pack has spread. That's why this has actually goes along with or matches or agrees to pack. So a pack is a collective noun, right? We have seen that. And a pack, therefore, if we have to choose one word as a subject, then what has spread terror? A pack. But then we don't say a pack, we'll say a pack of wolves has spread terror. Okay, so this is a collective noun, okay, of wolves. Okay, it's not a pack of cards. So the function of the noun over here, or this group of words acting as a noun over here, the function is to act as the subject of the sentence. And then, has spread what? So after the verb, you ask what or whom in order to find out the object of the action verb if there is an object in the sentence. So a pack of wolves has spread what? And the answer you get is terror. So terror also is a noun. What kind of a noun is it? It's an abstract noun. Remember? It's an abstract noun. Yes, because terror is something that you can't touch. You can just feel, you can just experience. So a pack of wolves has spread terror. So has spread what? Has spread what? Terror. So terror, the abstract noun, is functioning in this sentence as the object of the two-part action verb has spread. So the second function of a noun is to act as the object of the action verb. Clear? Now let's see the third function. Object of the preposition. Well, you have so many prepositions of, at, in, over, between, okay, among, from, to. Every preposition on earth in the language is followed by a noun or a pronoun. Either a single word, noun, or a pronoun, or you have a group of words acting as a noun. But then every preposition is followed by a noun. From Delhi to Patna, from Kulu to Manali. Okay? So every preposition is followed by a noun or a pronoun. So let's see. Yes. So Diya Sood studies in. So in over here is your preposition. Okay? It's your preposition is followed by a noun. In school. So school, you can call it a common noun or a collective noun. Okay? So school is a collective noun because the school consists of the building, the students, the teachers, the facilities, everything in the infrastructure. So all that together make up the school. So in what? A school. So school over here is again a noun acting as the object of the preposition. Okay? Similarly, again over here, a pack of wolves has spread terror in, followed by a common noun, village, which is therefore acting as the object of the preposition. In, again in, okay, so followed by Kulu. Alright? I used to work at Gangarampur, which is in West Bengal. So at is the preposition followed by the proper noun Gangarampur, which is in preposition followed by the noun Bengal or West Bengal. He has come from Siliguri. So he has come from, again followed by a noun Siliguri. So the third function of a noun is to act as the object of the preposition. And finally, let's have another one. Mrs. Al-Qasood loves her daughters. Mrs. Al-Qasood loves her daughters. So who loves her daughters? So it's Mrs. Al-Qasood. So Mrs. Al-Qasood, a proper noun, here is acting as the subject of the sentence, because we first identify the verb. Loves is an action verb, one part action verb. Same reason to the base verb, we just add s over here because the subject or the noun subject is a third person singular, so we add over here. So it's a one part action verb. Before the verb we ask who, and the answer we get is Mrs. Al-Qasood. So Mrs. Al-Qasood is a proper noun acting as the subject of the sentence. Then how do you find the object? Loves. After love, after the verb, you ask the question what or whom. What if it's a thing, whom if it's a person. So Mrs. Al-Kasud loves whom? Her daughters. So now, the noun is daughters. It's a common noun acting as the object of the action verb loves. So what is the object? The object is the receiver of the action, or you can just say it is the object is a noun, or it can be a pronoun, okay, which actually receives the action done by the doer, okay, that is the subject of the sentence. And so this is an action verb, all right, it's a mental action, loves her daughters, okay, so loves whom? Her daughters. So daughters over here is again an example of a common noun acting as the object of the action verb. Now we have to be verb example, and this is in sentence number 2. Mr. Devinder Sood is her father. Father of Dia Sood. So Mr. Devinder Sood is her father. Is there any action in the sentence? Is the subject doing any action? No. So the noun is not the doer. The subject is not the doer of any action because the verb is a to be verb. So is a to be verb. And remember, once again, quick recap, a to be verb is a to be verb because it stands alone, it is alone. It's a bachelor. Okay? Alright, so is her father. So is a to be verb indicating है. Mr. Devinder Sood, uske pita hain. Alright? So no action over here. So since there is no action, there cannot be an object. So what do we have? So after the to be verb, whatever we have, a noun, a pronoun, an adjective, okay, is actually completing the sentence. It's a complement of the to be verb. C-O-M-P-L-E-E-E. C-O-M-P-L-E-M-E-N-T. The complement of the to be verb. To be verbs are always completed by a noun or a pronoun or an adjective. So here, Mr. Devinder Sood is her father. So the noun over here is father. It's a common noun, and is it the subject of the sentence? No, because the subject comes over here mostly before the verb. Is it the object of the action verb? No, because there is no action verb in the sentence. It's a to be verb. Object of the preposition? No, because there is no preposition in the sentence. So there's a to be verb. So a to be verb will always be followed by what is known as the complement of the to be verb. So the fourth function of a noun is to act as the complement of the to be verb. Okay, so here we are. That's the end of the session, end of the lesson on the functions of a noun. There are only 4 possible functions of a noun in a sentence. To be the subject of the sentence, to be the object of the action verb, to be the object of the preposition, and to act as the complement of the to be verb. So that is all for this particular lesson. Now since we have done the subject, okay, and we have done noun, next day we will do kinds of pronouns, and since a pronoun comes in place of a noun, therefore it will have the same functions to perform or to do as the noun. So we'll come to that in the next lesson. Thank you very much, and I'm sure you are definitely going to hit the button, the like button, right there on my YouTube channel called The Voice and Visuals of Amber, and then subscribe to it. Make the youngsters in your family subscribe to it, and also the youngsters all around, because I'm sure this is grammar made simple, grammar in action. Thank you, good night, Shubh Ratri, Shabba Khair.